Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I love to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Baha Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto Elder Tahar and the rest of the elders that are firmly pushing this truth. And as always, peace and blessings unto the elect. All right, so things are escalating, things are amping up. This is from today, actually, October 6, 2022. Homes could face 3-hour power cuts this winter, warns National Grid. So when we were speaking about certain homes experiencing blackouts, we weren't lying. Ultimately, the scriptures wasn't lying. This is actually going to happen this winter. So this very well could be our last winter here in Babylon the Great, as we see everything is escalating. Everything is escalating right now. Right, so it says plan could come into effect under worst case scenario of shortage of gas supplies at same time as cold snap. So it says households could experience a series of 3-hour power cuts this winter if Vladimir Putin shuts off gas supplies from Russia and Britain experiences a cold snap. National Grid has warned. Such an event could mean consumers in different parts of the country being notified a day in advance of 3-hour blocks of time during which their power will be cut off in an effort to reduce total consumption by 5%. And man, 3 hours. Just imagine that 3 hours. Your damn phone. Your phone is not charged up. Your computer is not charged up. Right. Your any type of devices that you own is not charged up. Hey, people are gonna bug out. People over there in Europe is going to bug out. And we all know that it's going to be a trickle-down effect as well. That's going to come to America. That's also is going to come to America. Because whatever happens in Europe, it happens over here. We saw that when Europe went on the lockdown during the whole COVID-19 pandemic. And then what happened? About maybe, I'm not too sure of the time frame, but sure enough, maybe weeks later, America went down on a total lockdown, and it came out of nowhere. So this can happen real soon. So it says the emergency plan would need to be approved by King Charles on the recommendation of the business secretary. National Grid said that in the unlikely event of a shortage of gas supplies, see that, which they're proud, it's going to watch it happen. Because it's actually prophesied. Let me go ahead and get this real quick. This is Revelation chapter 16. Revelation 16 and verse 10. It says, and the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness. And they gnawed their tongues for pain. You see that? The kingdom was full of darkness. So this is actually prophesied that darkness is going to be reigning over the regime of Esau. So this is prophesied in the Bible that the kingdom of Esau is going to experience blackouts, full of darkness. That's prophesied in the scriptures. So it's going to happen. Of course, Esau has to throw that out there in the unlikely event so that the people don't bug out. But it's going to creep on these people as what? A thief in the night. And we were just going into that at camp today. All these people are going to be caught off guard when these certain events happen. Why? Because Esau is going to try and push a peace and safety vibration, which is only going to be for the demise of these people. 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 3 says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You see that? Then sudden destruction, unexpected destruction comes upon the people. So you already know they're going to cap all these people up. Oh, more than likely it's not going to happen, because America has to keep on portraying that persona of being a mighty person. Or we got everything under control. People doesn't have anything to worry about. But just now, right? We go on Twitter. Joe Biden just said, we are on the verge of a nuclear war. That's what Biden just said. Alert. Biden says the world risks nuclear Armageddon for the first time since the Cold War. Let's go ahead and copy and paste this. So things are happening. Things are heating up. Things are escalating. See that? Nuclear Armageddon threat back for first time since Cold War. Joe Biden. This is all over the news. So the visions is here. Like it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. See that? So look, though it tarry, wait for it. And here we are waiting, and here we are seeing coming to pass. And I was going into it yesterday, right? When you read 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter, which I'll just go into it right now. When you go into 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter, it shows you how we're basically at the end of the 12,000 year period, because the earth is 12,000 years old, which what started the history of the earth was creation, which that was about 7,000 years. That was 7,000 years exact, right? And then more thousands of years have gone by, and now we're at that end. Let me go into it. So this is beautiful news that we need to hear so that we can get the hell up out of here. Go ahead and go into it real quick. This is the 14th chapter, right? I'm gonna read in the KJV, then I'm gonna read it in the CEB. It says, verse 11. It says, for the world is divided into 12 parts, meaning that the earth is 12,000 years old, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a 10th part, which is dealing with 9,500 years, and that was in the time of Ezra. So during the time of Ezra, 9,500 years had done already passed. Verse 12, and there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part, right, which is dealing with 2,500 years. So Ezra, right now, there's 2,500 years remaining of these prophecies of the time of the earth, which when Ezra received this vision, this was around 500 BC, before our Lord came on the scene. So the time span from Ezra to our Lord Yahushua was about 500 years. So that's 500 years knocked off. So now guess what? There's 2,000 more years. And the time when our Lord stepped foot on the earth up until now, that was 2,000 years ago. 2,000 years ago. I read up on something in 1997. They were saying that the Lord walked the earth about 2,000 years ago. So we're at the end. We're at the end. Period. Let's read in CAB. It says, the age is no longer young. I'm right here. The age is no longer young, and the times are beginning to grow old. The age is divided into 12 parts. 9 parts and half of the 10th part have already passed, 9,500 years. 2 parts in addition to half of the 10th part remain, which is 2,500 years. And like I said, how do we know that? Because from the time of Ezra to our Lord, that's 500 years knocked off. Then that leaves 2,000 years. So we're at the end. We're at the end of this thing. We are surely at the end of this thing. So let me keep going in this. It says let me scroll down. It said there would have to be reduced electricity imports from Europe and insufficient gas supply to power stations for the planned power cuts to happen. National Grid has published a range of scenarios that could occur this winter as it assesses a highly uncertain period for power supplies amid the fallout from Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And it's only going to get worse between Ukraine, America, Russia, China, North Korea now, South Korea, Japan. A senior industry source said we're heading into winter in an unprecedented situation. Even during the Cold War, the Soviet Union kept the gas flowing, so it's very unpredictable, man. The Most High is going to smite y'all. Heavenly Father is going to smite Egypt with plagues like he did before, along with Europe. Everybody's going to experience it. All right, Europe, but specifically America. All right, because this is where the great deliverance is going to be at, right? So all these things need to transpire over here. This is the hot spot, right? But these things happening in Europe, it shows that like this can happen to America at any time. So 2 Ezra 15:1, this is, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Adonai, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. See that? These prophecies are faithful and true. Skipping down to verse 10. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Watch this. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. See that? And what was one of the plagues? Exodus chapter 10 and verse 21. And Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. Hey, that's a spirit, because the article said 3 hours, and it was 3 days that they had no light, that it was complete darkness. Verse 23, they saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days, but all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. That's right, the elect are going to be cared for. So you see that? So that was a plague that ancient Egypt was smitten with by the Most High. And now this current Egypt is going to be smitten with that plague. Hey, all praise to Yahweh Shemashah. Hey, so Yahweh Tazah, if you brothers and sisters were edified. Till next time, Shalom.